Well, we didn't want him to go to Golden State because we wanted him in New York, and they were the next pick. And so we were sitting there, and they were eighth pick, and we were just like, he's going to be on the East Coast. And, ironically, and I laugh when I say this, when Dell was in the league for 16 years, I had no clue where Golden State was. So when they announced Golden State, I was like, where is my child going? Like, and Dell's like, really? You're going to say that? Like 16 years and you don't know? And I'm like, Lord, you're going to take him all the way over to the West Coast. You're going to take my baby and take him somewhere in this never land. So there was, it was a combo of that. We thought New York. We didn't know a lot about, and Golden State had a lot of guards too. And so we didn't know if that was the right fit for him and if he would get to play as much. So yes, we were in agreement of that, but God knows best. And
absolutely.
Look what happened.
Yes, exactly. Look what happened. The rest is history.
History, yes.
And Lucille, I want to give you a moment to kind of address a headline that came out last week about some things that were said about Shawnee. People felt that you were implying that you thought that she wasn't right for Shaq. So I just wanted to give you a moment to clear up that. So I don't want anybody thinking any ill will behind anything that you said.
People are going to interpret what you say the way they want to receive it. We have no control over that. I would never imply that she wasn't the right one for him because I have no knowledge of that. What I tried to explain and answer the question was that I knew how to get out of the way and let it work itself out. And it it came to the point where they weren't good for each other. So they parted. And that happens in relationships. It happened in mine. But what I want to say to that is, however you choose to receive it is up to you. I meant nothing negative. And I said, out of that relationship, I have beautiful grandchildren. They forgot to mention that part. So I didn't say anything bad, but people, they're going to reach out for the negative. That's common and normal for them to do that. So Shawnee knows, Shaquille knows, and I know.
And that's all that matters.
And like I mentioned to you a few minutes ago, Rachel, some things are better left unsaid. And then, even in this interview, it's not about Shawnee, it's about the program Raising Fame. Right. So to even ask that question, I don't even care to answer it, but I will because you and I are having communication. But it's not about any of that. And in all of that, even raising Shaquille to the point where he is, as long as we are mothers, we're still going to parent him. We're going to have our input. And who am I to say that person's not good for you? You got to find that out. So I did say that when I answered that question too. That was something he had to find out for himself. So see how people will pick up the negative and make a story. This is the experience we've been having with media. They pick up the negative, but in Raising Fame, you get the opportunity to dispel all that negative, and we're going to hear the truth from the people that we have interviewed. And that's what I love about Raising Fame.
I love the way you answered that. That was a perfect answer.
Thank you. I knew that, and I knew the question was going to come up because she's out there in media right now, and it's okay. I'm happy for her with what's going on, and I don't have any hard feelings about all that happened between them. Of course, I wish it would have been better, but it is what it is. What we gonna do? We going on. Life goes on. We working. We Raising Fame. We sharing history. We sharing stories, and that's what we're doing today. This is not about Shawnee.
Right. And I want to jump back to Shaq. I mean, like I said, he did have his relationship with her, and I like that you said you kind of, you took a step back. So what advice have you given Shaq just about dating and finding love?
I don't give him any advice anymore. I know my place. I'm his mother. If he comes to me and he asks me what he should do, then I give him an answer. But I stopped giving my input because he's a grown man. He real grown. So I know when to be quiet. I'm his mother. I'm not his girlfriend. And that's clear. Make it plain. So I don't give him any advice. I don't tell him what to do. I haven't done that for a long time. I'm not involved with those relationships and women. Who am I to say anything? Can't say anything. Mind my business. I learned how to do that.
Okay. And as far as the grandchildren, what is the best part of being? Do you like the word grandma, grandma, or nana? Which one do you prefer?
I'm all right with grandma. They call me Grandma Seal. I have great grandchildren. They call me Gigi.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And what about you, Sonya? I know you just welcomed another grandbaby, Steph and Aisha.
Number 9, yes.
Yeah.
I'm Grashi.
Okay.
Yeah. My nieces couldn't say Sonya, so they gave me the nickname Sashi. And then when Riley was born, we were like, well, what are you gonna be called? And I was like, please don't call me Granny. Please don't call me Granny. And Stefan was like, Granny, Sashi, Grashi. So actually Stefan came up with the name, and now all my friends call me that, everything. So it's stuck, and I love it. I love it.
That's good.
I love that. I love that. And so when do you think they'll share the first photo of the baby's face? Because I know they do take their time, they want to keep that private to them, which I totally understand. But every time they do drop a photo of their babies, we're like, oh my God. So when do you
Who
think we'll be able
knows?
to see?
Just like Lucille, I try to stay out of the way, because if I post something or something gets out there before they do it, Lord of mercy, I probably won't ever hold the baby. So I am just like pins and needles with social media when it comes to my grandbabies, because each one of them, all 3 of my children, really have a different way of how they handle their social media and exposure to their family.
Mhm.
And you never know when they're going to change their mind. So you don't ever want to just assume, just because you've been doing it this way for this amount of time, that it's okay. Every single time I ask, and then now I think I've just resorted to really not even posting anything, because I just don't want to get that text message or that phone call. Mom, now you know, Mom. And I'm like, so I don't know. I don't know.
I love that. I love that. So I do want to rush back to the show. So talk about the initial conversations as far as with some of the guests. Like I know you said you like to welcome them, make sure that they're comfortable so that you can ask anything. But I'm just wondering if you've had outings or stuff prior to the filming of the episode.
You mean outings like with them?
Yes.
No, Lucille had some previous like friendships with some of them, which actually that helped with getting them to agree to do the show. The other thing about really making it comfortable is we traveled to everybody, the parents, the guardians, wherever they were at, and also the celebrity if the celebrity wasn't in the same city. So that within itself made them feel more comfortable, that we were coming to them and we were sitting in their environments. And that's the way we did it for the podcast too, because that's what we want. We want everybody to feel comfortable, like we're just having conversation on just a normal day during the week, and just chatting it up as parents and as friends.